purpose of these videos is for other PTs to get a perspective on how we run things at BD. If you don't know about us, we've been visited by other personal trainers, physiotherapists, S&C coaches since about 2008, and we've seen hundreds and hundreds of them. I think the number's about 1,500 actually. And I would say all of them have left with a different perspective on certain exercises or the way we program, etc. These videos are really focused on programming. This being the first video, we're going to look at our approach, our sort of gross approach with program design and how we use seasonal periodization. So first of all, we coach a number of different disciplines here. So our upper lower weight training classes effectively designed just to be used with dumbbells and a kettlebell. Our Metcon classes, we have body weight, pure body weight Metcon, and then we also have Metcon using a kettlebell and a medicine ball. We have FIT, which is our go-to kind of fitness test and one of the best workouts we do weekly. Now with that, again, it can be replicated at home, but ideally you'll need a pair of dipping bars, a medicine ball, and a couple of different weights of kettlebell and a step. And it goes on, we have punch out and we have stretch and move and calisthenics and a few other disciplines. With all of them, the first thing I look at is 4 blocks. So when I write the programs at the start of each year, we work off this 4-block model. And this gives us 4 blocks of 12 weeks essentially, allowing for a little bit of crossover. The first thing I do is I keep the same exercises in for each 12-week block. Now, that gives the people that I'm coaching a chance to really learn and train the exercises. I think many people change their exercises too quickly and too frequently. If you're dealing with highly athletic clients, then yes, that's doable. But for most people, especially in the last couple of years, they've been feeling very overwhelmed. So what we do, we work off our 3 priorities model, where we look at business, family and leisure. Now we fit in the leisure, and I want to make sure that when my clients come in, first of all I program workouts that are suitable to the time that they can stay focused on, because I want them to really understand and be able to focus in on those workouts. And also I don't want to overwhelm them with having to learn new exercises every 4 weeks, which is something that I have done in the past. I find that this works far better on a multitude of kind of platforms. So we stick to the same exercises. The way we manipulate the program is every 4 weeks, either complexity is changed. Now that might mean that I give the individuals within the group certain little goals to work from. Now that might be transitioning from a Romanian deadlift to a single leg Romanian deadlift to a single leg Romanian deadlift with a row, for instance. Remember, we're training people with relatively light loads, and they have to be able to train at home as well for obvious reasons with lockdowns and everything else. So we start, so for instance, if we look at the summer program, so June, July and August, first 4 weeks we do 4 sets. The next 4 weeks, so this would be June, this would be July, we'd do 2 sets of each exercise, the same exercises, but we'd rotate through the circuit twice. And then in August, or the last block, we'd take a circuit training approach, where we'd do 1 set of each. Now this gives the clients time to, like I say, really reinforce the technical knowledge of the exercise. to really get the kind of feeling, the internalization of the exercise, and to really be able to push. Every 4th week is a push week. So that's our testing week effectively, where we give the client the option to really record and test themselves with the load and volume that they're lifting. Now this would be dependent on which class they're taking. Something like Metcon, where you're trying to do kind of a density workout and a lot of volume in a short period of time, is perfect for testing that. Something like Fit, where you're working to set tempos, or upper lower weights, where you're working to set tempos, the variable won't then be volume, it will be the intensity or the load that you're lifting. And more about that in the later videos. So there's a brief outline on seasonal periodization. 4 blocks, 12 weeks per block, and the 12 weeks are broken into these little 4-week cycles, and you have 3 of them. This gives you an idea of how we approach some of our upper lower weights classes. And again, it is class dependent. With Punch Out and other classes like that, which is more skill based, we're working on the skill, and then the ACE end is then being able to drip into the next level of classes. So it's a slightly different approach. If you have any questions on this, ask in the comments below. Please do like and subscribe these videos if you find them useful. And we're going to be running through a whole series of topics, how we coach at Body Development and how we've been adapting things during the last year or two. Okay?